Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of our plant tour. I had to record this little intro here, so I thought you guys might want to say hello to snoring Winston. I also wanted to let you guys know that Jean-Paul is being well looked after, and I had just cleaned his tank out when I filmed the other day. So everybody calm down. He is being well looked after, little Siamese fighting fish, and he's already starting to make his bubble nest. I hope you guys enjoy part 2 of this plant tour, but we love you guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Let's get to it. All right, so hanging on this, we have another silver satin Scindapsus pictus. Love that plant, super resilient, super great grower. And then down here at the bottom of the hanging shelf, we have my beautiful philodendron mecans that is actually climbing this hanging shelf ever so gingerly, and the leaves are getting wacko big. So like, here's the size of one of my philodendron leaves. Pretty big for a mecans. New leaf. Looking gorgeous. I just really love the aesthetic of the mecans on the hanging shelf. It's climbing up and the silver satin is trailing down. So they kind of meet somewhere in the middle and it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Right back there is my begonia Darth Vaderiana. It is not doing so hot. Lost some leaf tips there. It's been pushing out a new leaf for a while and it won't push very much further. So we don't want to talk about that. I'm kind of sensitive about this stinking plant. Can you believe that? I'm actually fully involved and very emotional about this plant, and I didn't know that it was quote unquote endangered at the time that I got it, and now I feel like a lot of pressure to keep it alive, and it's more pressure than I bargained for, and I hope it doesn't die. So let's move on to the next one. Next up is my begonia chloristicta red form. This is the one that got super popular on Instagram. I had it out of the container. A lot of the leaves that were newer and the green color have hardened off now. They're actually starting to age a little bit, but the leaves and the foliage on this plant are absolutely gorgeous, and it's another plant that I secured from Mountain Orchids Online. And then kind of back here in the corner, we have a Sarracenia plant and also a red, oh no, not red, purple pitcher plant. And they got a little hair and a little dust on them or whatever, but these plants just took my breath away when I was in the store. I think I was Neumeyer's Nursery was where I was at when I first saw these, and I thought, I wonder if my lights can support something that's supposed to be as high light as pitcher plants and Sarracenias are. And this one right here is new since it's been under the light here. So, you know, not explosive growth or anything, but still making it work. Really cool. Oh, let me show you like all the teeny tiny ones in there. Isn't that neat? See all the little tiny babies in there? It's so cool looking. I buy the jug water so that they don't get tap water in there because they hate that, and they've been growing like crazy. It's been really good. So right next to that we have my purple passion vine, and she goes all the way here, then up through the philodendron Brazil, and then I had to fish her through the neon pothos because she was starting to freak me out when I was trying to go to bed at night, tickling me and whatnot. Do you mind, sir? I'm trying to film here. You're being very noisy. Lick your paws on your own time, sir. And the last thing on the very top shelf is my string of hearts, my original string of hearts. And I don't want to pick it up because it would be a terrible mess to have to show you. But this plant is real long. Oh, look, it's caught in the begonia. Hang on, let me show you. It's completely caught. Okay, so step back. Frame of reference. So that's the string of hearts. And it goes all the way down to my hand. And then it keeps going. All the way down. So, I don't know. I'm not good with feet and stuff like that, but hella long. It's honest work. You know what I mean? Super beautiful. Next on the next shelf is my red prayer plant, and these are definitely some of my favorite plants. No fuss, no muss. They only get the light from this top shelf, no light down here, and they grow like gangbusters. I love how calathea grow in my bedroom. I think the humidity is a tad bit on the naturally higher side, so I don't have to fight with them all the time. Oof, this is my silver stripe calathea, who actually has had spider mites here recently. I had to treat her with my spider mite method. If you guys, I don't like the fact that their leaves are touching. Further back, if you guys aren't familiar with my spider mite technique, check out that latest video that I did. Maybe you can find something helpful or useful with it. This is my lemon lime maranta. Also, absolutely gorgeous foliage. A treat to have in the bedroom. One of the first plants that I ever got, teeny tiny, repotted several times, took cuttings and gave to friends several times. This plant is just gorgeous and I love it so much. So on the shelf below, we'll start with begonia. I think it's Etna. I always screw that one up. I am so sorry. I'm gonna try to look it up so that we don't have this problem in the future. Beautiful foliage, but if I'm honest with you, I'm kind of falling out of love with this guy. I might like sell her or give her away. I'm not sure. The begonia behind that is begonia nautilus moonlight, who has seen better days, to be honest with you. And I think I see the reason why. There is like a teeny bit of standing water in there in the pot area, which means I probably overwatered her a bit. She did not like it. Imagine that. Temperamental plants. Who knew? Right next to those guys is a little caladium bulb that I picked up from Walmart. Not a lot going on with it yet. Right next to the little caladium bulb, we have two of pups that I got from the variegated dwarf alocasia. You can see that right there. That's a totally ghost leaf from that pup right there. And I noticed that both of these pups, I think that's another ghost leaf right there. Both of these pups had really, really high levels of variegation when I took them from the mother plant, and I was really excited because I was like, yes, give me all the white. Really cute. That was her first set of twins. She's actually got another pup on her right now, but I'm gonna wait to harvest her next pup a little bit longer because these have taken quite some time to gain some strength. Next on the plant shelf is the begonia with Lacucci. Super beautiful plant, has gotten really big over time. I actually cut this plant back a couple of days ago and she's already just sprouting out like crazy. A little light bleached, so I think that I'm actually going to be moving her somewhere that's a little less intense than right here under these bulbs. But nevertheless, gorgeous plant, fuzzy to the touch, looks like little angel wings, like little reptile, like, ugh, so cute. Let me get a close-up. Stunning leaf pattern. Also, it comes out like almost like a lion's mane or a crown. And the hairs on the very tips of this begonia are the hottest pink. Super beautiful. Right next to her is the begonia that I never shut up about. This is my begonia gunmetal. It's gotten a little bit cray-cray because it's been sitting close to the light over there as well. It's always performing with these super hairy undersides of the leaves. Really gorgeous, really cool when it's backlit by the windows as well. Green and like chocolate brown mixture. Amazing, amazing foliage on these plants. Let me get you a better look at what a leaf looks like. Quite stunning. Looks a lot like the Taliensis, but not quite. Beautiful begonia. Not giving me any troubles with growing like some begonias I know. Now we've made it to the very bottom of the second shelf, and this is begonia green streak. It has grown a lot over the growing season, and I have just continued to prune it and prune it and prune it. The leaves are so beautiful. Let's get a close up. Absolutely gorgeous, does well. Never had any kind of pest problems with this plant whatsoever. New leaves all the time. No problems with rot, no problems with mealies. Most of my begonias are super pest resilient, which is why I love them so much. Directly next to him on the shelf is my begonia photoensis. Beautiful disc-shaped leaves, super dainty, white iridescent flowers. Also have never had any pest problems with this plant either, despite those bitten up looking leaves. This is a pathetic attempt for me to hold the camera steady. Next to that is my Pelargonium geranium, Mrs. Cox, and she is actually in bloom right now. So gorgeous, and I love having blooms in my bedroom. I wish they smelled like something. They do not smell like anything. Well, not that I can discern. And the leaves look like something out of a 70s record book. I love it. This whole plant makes me very happy. It's also extremely bonsai because that's its pot way back there. These are its leaves way up here. I'm out of breath because I'm out of shape, and I keep having to get up and down to take these camera shots because I care about you guys and your needs. As close as I can get. That's really cute. Okay, next up is my begonia escargot. The last couple of leaves on it I had to trim off because there was just too much yellowing and old age happening there. It never keeps for me like any more than like 6 or 7 leaves. Not sure if that's the growth habit or not, but it's got some new babies popping in down there. And once again, so freaking cute because that is hot pink fuzz. Aren't they just the cutest little things that you ever did see? Oh, it's so fuzzy. They look like teeny tiny little, it's so, look at that. Does that not look like a snail shell? Get your life if that doesn't look like a snail shell. In this little Rubbermaid tin here, I have my original begonia silver edge, and also I have my begonia fulgurata in there. I've got some pictures on Instagram of them. One of them's completely, the fulgurata is completely leaned over, so I need to stake it up, which means I have to get it out of here, which means I have plant chores to do. And last but not least, over here on the ground is my begonia. I think it might be called Italian Romeo. I'm not 100% sure. Beautiful foliage. Absolutely gorgeous. It looks like if you took a Trisha and some highlights from the Jeffree Star palettes and you just caked them onto a leaf. Absolutely gorgeous. Super beautiful. And growing like a champ. Still hasn't shut down for wintertime yet. Last 3 plants for this side is the Philodendron Brazil that I have in a hanging pot here. And right underneath that, I have the Neon Pothos. Also trailing really far all the way down, and it hangs out with a string of hearts down there at the bottom. Then we have this Philodendron Meekins cutting that I took from a nursery in, I think, Texas. They were kind enough to let me take a cutting from a stock plant that they had, and it's grown a little deformed ever since I got it. So That's why I picked a couple more up at Stevesley's. Come on back and see part 3, where we're going to look at my latest addition to my bedroom, and an addition onto my addition. There's multiple additions, so there's only one side of my There's only one side of my bedroom left to go over, so catch us back here in a couple of days and we'll be going over the last bit of plants that are in my bedroom for winter of 2019. We love you guys so much. Winston loves you extra. Oh, he gonna dredge for you. Oh, God, I love you, Bubby. I love you, Bubby, so much. You guys come back. Check us out next time. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and we will catch you on the flip side. Peace out. Later, taters. Bye. You're a good boy. You're the best boy in the whole wide world. I love you so much. You get dog. Oh, stretch for the camera. Bye.